Alrighty. Okay, so welcome to this, what I'm calling the Uncast, but it's really just Beau and Dubs. So that's all that this is. And so for some reason, I don't even see this as a thing that's happening. I feel like this is the waste product of everything, all the prepping of what we're doing. This is just what comes out,
Right.
of the devices, just kind of extruded out.
Yeah, you're saying it was a journey. It was about the journey, like the leading up
Yeah,
to it.
it's about the journey, and now
Yeah.
the journey's over. And
And
all right.
now we're just
So
gonna
you
talk
have
about it.
to see our human flesh skeletons do things that we've imagined doing. Okay, so I am Beau. This is Dubs, and we are trying to maintain our conversations. He's been away for 4 years. We're trying to maintain our conversations to where they are pristine, and we haven't seen each other, and it's just like finding out all kind of things about each other, different stuff. And I'm also trying to show him these answers to the universe and that kind of thing. So, but first things first, we got a thumbnail we have to address. We have first topic would be actually I want to be ass positive. That's what I am. I'm ass positive because I was thinking, am I an ass man or what's going on here? Because I've like now that I'm since on these podcasts we're doing, which should not be called podcasting, it should be like a talk show, really.
Yeah.
Right? Talk show should have been people talking.
Yeah, it's like talk radio with video.
Yeah. But we I do where was I with that? Who knows?
I don't know. You're just like teasing me with this ass business. So
Oh yeah. Oh the ass business, because I'm an ass businessman now. I mean, if this is a business and it's about ass, I'm an ass businessman. I mean, that's like step one of the podcast is ass business. But no, so I'm ass positive is how you say that.
okay.
So I'm not an ass man, like some kind of pervert. Or something.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just ass man. And this is so important. We need another word for this because ass delivers two different meanings, completely different.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this?
Sure. But that's true for a lot of our words that are like that, right?
Okay, so how do you clarify between the glutes and the anus?
Well, I'll do probably context dependent there. Like what?
See, though, I'm ass man. What does that mean? Is that anus or glutes? That's no context. See what I mean? Like, you got to have a name. I mean, we got to figure that out. Okay, so if you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, so what we're doing is, we're moving into the ass channel. Here we go. Oh, because speaking of asses, I went to a roller derby girl silly thing. Have you ever been to these?
I've been to one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's an interesting vibe because it's real relaxed. So I knew that going in. Anyway, so I'm sitting there for like 30, 40 minutes, and actually this is evidence that I'm not an ass man. I'm not obsessed with asses. Because I was like not even noticing asses. But that was really because most of these are contained in this they got no cheek. See the cheekiness?
Yeah,
there?
yeah, a little bit
Some
cheek.
people have cheek, some don't. In fact, there's only one that has cheek, and then I noticed her. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, she's also working out for you there.
Yeah, and I'm like, that is exactly what I'm talking about. And why didn't I notice her earlier? Which is proof that I'm not an ass man, because an ass man would have been like, oh my god, check her out. But it also brings up all kinds of discussion, if you want to go into that right now, of where are they going with this? What is it supposed to be? Roller girls are supposed to be sexist, but these are all total left-wing fascist girls, right? You know that, right?
I don't know that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, they are the hardest core of woke that you're going to get in Austin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's an interesting group because they're all together, so and they're also kind of rebellious, so they probably think differently than even the woke hive mind.
You're thinking they might be more left? Or?
Well, they're just different, and so that's what you're looking for. You're looking for any difference, right? So if you have a person that's part of some cult or brainwashed, right? You're looking for anything they're doing that is not part of the cult. So if someone's pro-Trump and they do something that's not pro-Trump, you're like, yes, look at that. That's great. Let's have a party. Let's celebrate. Look what you did there. What you achieved. So, anyway, so they say, hey, girls, look, ladies, whatever you call yourselves, we're not going to be just gratuitous about this. We're going to wear pants that do not show ourselves off. But we're not going to make everybody do it. And so, what is this? She gets away with it?
Right.
Because he's the only one.
No, I think that they, the way I understood it was more like they kind of get to choose, right? That somewhat costumes kind of look thing.
But check out these, which worst name ever. Honky Tonk Heartbreakers is the name of their team.
Okay.
You like that?
I think it's fine.
Oh yeah, Country Boy likes it. Okay, that's right. Little country.
If they leaned into it a little more, maybe.
Honky Tonk. I didn't think about it from a white person. Heartbreakers. Okay, so they are all uniforms. Like, what is going on? These uniforms are not attractive to heterosexual. Right? What is that?
Yeah, they I don't feel like. I feel like maybe that's changed. I think when I saw it, it looked a little different. But what do I know?
Oh yeah, back in the day, I think they were more sexy, and I think they said, oh, let's tone it down. Let's not be gratuitous, but they have to allow everybody to do their thing. So then, also, the point is, bottom line, she's going to get to steal the show every time, right? Because this is a very boring thing. Have you been through it?
Yeah. Well, it's like even. It looks like they've even changed it because, like, when I was watching it, they were going in circles like pretty hardcore. It wasn't so much of this like
stopping people.
Yeah, like I don't know.
But that's the whole point. The whole point is to prevent this jammer from getting through.
Right.
And for every person that jammer passes, you get a point.
Right.
You can know all the rules all day long. You look at it, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But all I know is that skinny girl is like a jammer. She's really good. She's like hopping over people with her. She's tall and skinny. She's just like stepping over the entire crowd. Also, look at body shape here. Look how she does it right. Like, she's got the right shape. She's got a lot going on back here and a lot going on front here. But it works because it's a package.
Right, yeah.
You know?
It's like a blocker. Like,
yeah, so
it's alignment.
And here's the thing. Here's my advice to ladies, because everybody wants to do something. You're looking for uplifting. So plump can be good, but it's got to be plump. You don't want fat that sags. That's a big difference, you know. And so, if you look at our specimen here, don't know her name. She's one of the Hail Marys. Hail Mary, that's cute. All right. But the whole thing is they're Catholic schoolgirls or something. So it's a very sexualized scenario from the beginning, and then they're trying to make it all. We're gonna wear unsexy panties. So whatever. This is enough of this. So we did it. We moved to a transition video, and you saw how that works.
Nice.
You know what's happening? We're gonna get off of that because meanwhile, the entire time, there's been the background noise that we're not hearing of the entire thing going on.
Right. Yeah.
I had it lower, but who knows if we're even. Well, no, because our blasted mics. Okay. All right, so how are you doing?
Doing well. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I just, I mentioned to you briefly before we started with AI, like becoming more and more of my job. I just feel disjoint. Like I just feel like constantly. I was working this morning and just feel like it's just constantly trying to monitor these agents doing shit all the time.
Yeah.
And can we curse? I just didn't even think about that. Do we have?
Yeah. Oh, but we're not 10 minutes in. But whatever. I don't even know if that's a thing or how that. Or are we? I don't even know. Oh, we didn't. You did.
At any rate, yeah. So we're 7 minutes in. So I jumped the gun there.
It's all good, I think.
But yeah, no. Just it just makes me feel like disjoint more than I used to. Just feel like it's always in the back of my mind, like even right now.
Because you have rogue employees, essentially.
Yeah.
These AI that can just do the randomest thing out of the blue.
Yeah. Well, and also I have it's almost like partial construction. I've got like 4 different windows up of AI doing different things, and and I have to kind of come back and be like, okay, you're doing what? How do we continue this work? It's almost like I'm a contractor going on different job sites, trying to keep track of what everyone's doing. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a lot to keep in your, I think, periphery and be able to like pull out like, oh yeah, here's what I was doing over here on this one complex project and this other one. The people that do this for a living probably are really good at it, but for me, this is like turning over a new leaf. So yeah, I just feel a little bit more disjoint than I guess have traditionally.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, I'm good. Went and played volleyball today, and yeah, life's good.
Beautiful. So, oh yeah, I guess personally, I've had two medical people look at me. Um, I got my tooth worked on, and specifically went to him and was comfortable with him because he is, what race do you think?
Um, Asian.
No, American, Mexican. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So remember, I'm an American supremacist.
I mean, I guess
Oh, let's review. Let's review.
I was just going to the stereotype. I thought you were just leaning into the stereotype
things
there.
happen quickly on this show. So I am an American supremacist because I believe the American race is the best race of all, which is not something you probably want to do within 10 minutes of the stream if you're worried about. Oh, race supremacy. Today's topics. So, but Americans are the people who are in the Americas. If we're going with like Europeans or white people, and East Asians or what were previously Oriental, which Oriental means just Eastern, right?
Yeah.
So it's just because we now have to say East Asian, even though people don't. You don't say East Asian,
no,
because you don't care.
Nope.
You're like, I don't care about all these people. You just lump them into. This is like how society treats East Asian people, right? East Asianers. I know. I recognize you.
I see you.
I see you. But by the way, look, if you're going with colors, so East Asian can be not yellow, because who wants to be yellow, but gold, right? Anyway, so Americans are red because Redskins, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just go with that. Yes, perfect, red.
Okay.
Because what happened with the Mexicans? They got brown. Do you know about this?
No, what are you talking about?
Everyone passed out colors, and Mexicans were just handed brown, and they're like, okay. And they're okay with it. I'm saying former bore of American people, native to America before anyone else, I think you're going to choose a different color than brown. I mean, no one's choosing their own skin color. We're not white.
Yeah,
you know
you're saying. So you're saying
it's a marketing.
We get to choose. We get to choose whatever color we want.
Yeah, it's a marketing thing. You get to choose. Yeah, you don't have to do what these left-wing, white, progressive, liberal women. Mm-hmm. I mean, they came up with that, right? Latinx. Yeah, and then so first of all, you're brown. So here you go. You're brown, and now you're Latinx. You're brown and Latinx. You become the punching bag of the left. They just have toying with you as much as they want. But the thing is, they've abandoned you, and so I don't think any Latino identifies with the Democrats.
I mean, that's not true. There's some, but they're
connected. If you're connected and you got family, that. But yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they do.
I think. I mean, it's gotten more even. At least with the last numbers I saw, it was that the Republicans had made inroads, but they were I think still more majority, probably like 60-40, maybe something in that ballpark. Like
yeah.
Democrat versus Republican.
Sure. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, there's going to be as many as anyone else doing whatever. Yeah, it's fascinating how fully integrated they are. Like, you know that back in the day they had like no Mexicans allowed or whatever. It was a long time ago, but
yeah.
But that was like pretty quick. That just was like, okay, but this ain't gonna work. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell everybody was. So see, they said there's a fear that you have, a natural fear when newcomers come into your territory. So there should be an understanding of you fear immigrants, and that's good. You should have a healthy, not agoraphobia. What is it called? Fear of outsiders, or
is it like xenophobia? Is that what
xenophobia, yeah. Yeah. So you should have a xenophobe, and you allow that to happen. It happens naturally. People put up signs, not in my bar, and then like, oh well, yeah, never mind. Like it's fine because we get you unless they are not. See, it is actually a protection. What if they come in and they're not following the social norms, and they just throw things across the room and they're out of control maniacs?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Of like the Mexicans came in and they went to work, and everyone's like, "Well, damn, that's great."
Yeah, I mean, they came in and they're just such nice people. What is it? It's something about like they want to live. They just want to live, do their own thing, or what? I don't know. What?
Sorry, I've lost the thread on the American thing though. So you were broadening it to like an entire race of just anyone that's here?
No. So American, when I'm talking about it now, is this American race, which is all of the the reason I say Mexican is because the school kids, the way in Texas school kids, they'll classify themselves as white, black, Mexican.
Yeah.
They just use Mexican as a race. So,
yeah,
and so that's where I'm getting that from. That's the casual, local
right
distribution.
Which is interesting, right? Not Hispanic. They don't call themselves Hispanic.
Yeah, but who wants to be Hispanic? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, Mexican is a thing. It's even if you're Salvadorian or something, you know, you're Mexican. It seems like you'd rather be Mexican than Latino. I don't know. Maybe if you're anti-Mexico, you know, if you got roughed up on the way by the government,
right?
The last thing you want to do is celebrate Mexico. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's what I mean. Like, we need a board of genetically American people to say, what do we want to be called? For God's sake, people are calling you Latinx, and no one's saying anything. That's what's so great about the Latino community is that they don't say anything. Latinx. Latinx. Okay, whatever. You know, it's just that's not going to catch on.
Though I think that I think Democrats have stepped back from that a little bit. I haven't heard that like they.
Oh yeah, they got off that probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of the first to go. But that's what I mean. So they're going to shed the nonsense, and then they're going to be left with things that you can't. There's subjective. That is, and it's going to be horrifying racist stuff still. So this is a corrupt, evil fascism that needs to be abandoned in every way.
You're talking about the like race structure, or like what are you saying?
The woke, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
This nasty thing that's formed in humanity,
like identity politics, kind of thing. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it formed. Yeah, it's identity politics. It's like our drinking alcohol. We drink alcohol. We smoke cigarettes. Oh, what has happened now? We have a tumor, and so the tumor is the woke. You know, so whatever you want to call it. I call it fascism because that's what it is. When a group of people say we're going to bind together and just help each other out, no matter what, using the government. I guess that's what I'd say for fascism. And then there you go. That's this evil authoritarian thing, and it's a mind thing. But you don't attack it. You support it. And, allow it to represent itself, speak its mind, and it will realize, oh, I'm racist. What the hell's going on? So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's evil. But my approach to evil. So there you go. See, when I say this is evil, it's an abomination. A lot of people go, oh wow, he wants to kill those people. Because that's how people think.
Yeah, I mean, but that seems legitimate, right? If someone called me an abomination, I think, okay, that's my enemy. Like, I'm probably not going to give them any quarter.
Right, but there's enemies within your own society, and that's what we need to live with. And that gets us into what I want to talk about is like socialism and the whole way of sharing, and the idea of sharing. How we're thinking of the United States government as a family. Like if grandma's sick, we'll all take extra time to do whatever we got to do to take care of grandma. It's a family.
Yeah.
We're going to make sacrifices for this or that or whatever. The baby gets extra treatment or because it's a baby. But that's a family. We are not a family. We are enemies.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, there's like Jonah Goldberg has talked about this, where he's like the family is not democratic, right? Like it is like a microcosm of like authoritarian, like it might be a patriarchy or a matriarchy, but it's not democratic. The kids don't get to vote on where we're going for dinner or whatever, right? Like they say, or whether or not they have to do their homework.
I think there's going to be one dominant because that's the universe has to be one dominant over another.
Yeah, it tends to be like
it has to be, but mathematically, maybe it's insignificant,
right?
But one's dominant.
Yeah, but then like you have like say your community, you might have a different role in your community. Like in your house, you might be the leader, but in your community, you might be part of a church. In a church, you're like a follower or maybe a deacon or whatever. At your job, you have another role, but then you have these different levels of association. And like at the top level, I think we do need like democracy, right? It's just too abstract to have those same kind of roles. But I don't want to have a familial relationship with the people that are in my country. I like them, but I don't know that I want to, have the same kind of commitment to them in that same way.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm hesitant to say so.
Yeah, a family is an interesting analogy because it's something created by those two people, and they own it. It's not like anyone's created this whole thing.
Yeah. There's a lot that I do for my family that any random citizen I'm not going to do.
So that's why it should be that we divide things up individually as opposed to need. So let me see that, because what you're saying is you don't want to see it as a family, but we're all just groups. We're just individuals belonging to this organization. Do you believe that when we have money to give out for medicine, should it be given out evenly to each person, no matter if they need it or not, or only to those who need it?
I think probably a balance of like, you have an allocation. Wrong answer. That's why I think we're stuck right now, though, right? Like where we.
So something's going on here, dude. This is what I want to tap into. You're a libertarian.
Yeah.
You could easily talk Dubs down back into, yeah. Oh, you're right. Maybe we don't need to take up arms against our neighbor to just help some grandma who's dying. But why do you slip into the authority? And I'm sure I do it too. Why do we do that?
Well, wait. I don't know if I had a chance to defend my premise there yet, but but wait. But I'm too distracted. What do you mean slip into the authority? Like, what do you mean?
Like you just said, oh no, a mix, not
right.
Give it out evenly, but yeah, maybe we do. Maybe it is a little bit like a family.
Oh. Well, because I do think it shouldn't be just a strict allocation. I think because it doesn't make sense. But I do like I worry though that right now
it doesn't make sense from a family point of view. That's what I mean. In your heart, you view the United States as a family.
Well, no, I just think maybe not the same level, but yeah, I mean at some level, right? Like if I was called to serve in the military or whatever, if I was drafted, I'd go die for my country. That's kind of like the thing, and that's like almost like a familial commitment. So if you're going to go do that, you pretty much have everything on the table. But I think specifically for healthcare, I have different views just because I think we waste a lot of money on people that are into life and don't have that many good years left. And I think it's just a misallocation of funds. So I don't think that we should just be like, you have a need, you get whatever is in the kitty. I do think we should probably have a more
we waste funds on the old and dying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think then they have ways of measuring this, right? How many good years of life do you have left?
And it's interesting because Dubs has never heard of Logan's Run, but he apparently would fit right in there. Unbelievable.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a balance. I'm not saying well, they're old, kill them. Yeah, I'm just thinking
not everybody.
We should prioritize those who have more life left.
Enough followers, right? If they have social media followers, it's probably
no. It's like how many good years of life do you have left to live, and that's how much that factors into how much we're going to allocate out of the all the money we have, because there's not unlimited money, right? So of the ration, what do you get?
But so there you go. So what I'm saying is your base understanding of the situation is we are a family, and I think that is what we need to break up and get people back on reality and going, what are you talking about? Yeah, this is an organization we formed. We're united together for these various things, but I'm not going to give you any extra money because I'm not going to sacrifice something for you. This whole idea that I sacrifice for you when I don't need that at all. You know what I mean?
Man, but what if I don't walk on that sidewalk like you do? So I don't have to pay.
But I want sidewalks or not. If maybe that's what I'm saying. If I don't want to pay for any sidewalks, I'll never walk on a sidewalk. How do we deal with someone like that or whatever? But the whole point of the government, what we agree on is going to war. Someone's attacking us. We all want to come together and attack back. We've got to do that. That's why we're doing it. There's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But that's even. I mean, we all benefit from that. The idea that someone attacks us.
Sure.
Even though I might think, oh, we don't need to go to war with Iran.
Yeah, that's a whole another kettle of fish. Which it's in our. Are we doing? You want to hop on that topic?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Where are you at right now on your understanding of where we're at and how you're feeling about it?
Oh, I have no further understanding. There's a country that we cannot talk about. And that country caused us to get into a war with Iran. And so now we are at a war with Iran because of this country, and we don't have any say in this matter. I mean, to think that we have say over something that even our own government doesn't have say over is crazy, right?
It is crazy that our Congress won't actually declare war. So we could at least say, hey, the country has gone to war. Right now, it just, we were kind of operating on this like military intervention. Like,
Yeah, they don't need
it's just,
to.
it's just, it's just the
But
executive
if they
branch.
wanted to, they would be.
Wait, what do you mean?
If that country wanted those
Oh.
people to vote that way, they would be doing
No,
that.
I don't buy that
Oh,
conspiracy.
okay.
No.
Interesting. Do you know that like the only person that's not of that money circuit from that country is only like one person?
What are you talking about?
There's only one person that's not on that. So APAC is Israel's,
Mhm. Yeah.
thing.
I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what it does is it has a person assigned to you, and that person does nothing but cover you and your social media and who you're meeting and whatever you're saying and doing and where you're going, and their job is to follow you, just one to one. They're one to one. See, they understood one to one.
Wait, what you're saying? Well, I'm not. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't follow. Like, what do you mean? Like,
if you're on the take, you're getting the money from APAC.
oh, gotcha. Okay,
They will have a person that is assigned to you,
I see.
and it's nothing nefarious.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just this person they're liaison.
Mhm.
But meanwhile, that liaison is all they're doing is okay. He's lights on, lights off. He's in the bathroom now. It's like so. You can't hint or wink at something. Any kind of talking to anybody about anything. Anyway, I would just imagine that that's like a severe control.
All right. Well, don't think. I mean, not that they're obviously involved in this war. There's no question. But I don't think that they are. And they may have persuaded Trump that it was a good idea. Then and maybe he wouldn't have otherwise. But I don't think that. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. I think. We like I'm actually just shocked he did it at all. I think I'm more surprised that he went that direction. I think Venezuela made him think that he could just get away with it and get in and out, and wham, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, kind of thing.
Oh, he really believed he could just quickly?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, every single time we do this, it's always this. We'll be in quickly, and oh no, how could anyone see this coming? But again, I mean, he said things like, "How could anyone think that the healthcare
who knew
issue was
who knew
how
this
was so difficult and complex?"
Yeah. Well, and likewise, like at least the rumors are that the generals were telling him like the Strait of Hormuz was going to be an issue, and Trump was like, they'll be fine. Like apparently that came from the top. It wasn't like he wasn't notified that this is something they were going to do, and yeah. Now, granted, it seems like his response to it has been working to an extent. If we're willing to like wait him out, like our counter blockade seems to be fairly effective. So
yeah, of course.
Which I like that.
Yeah, I saw like a meme. It seemed like it was mocking him. The Sun Trump Zoo or whatever, like Sun Tzu, Art of War kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, how's that?
You blockade their blockade with a blockade.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But that's exactly what you should do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we're not getting through, you're not getting through. What are you?
Right.
It's not like you just have free reign.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can do it outside of the range of their whatever military access they do. If we just stay outside of it, we can. Yeah.
It's so funny how close that is to where like so Sumerians came from this island of Dilmun. Have you heard of that? Is that in the news? Okay. But it's like it's in that Gulf, and they say that that's where they originated.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can see an island surviving the chaos of early humans. You got bands of crazy people going around. Yeah. If you're on an island, you can kind of get a peaceful generational knowledge built up. You follow me? I can see why it would originate there. Then they kind of branch out. They go, hey, look, this is how we're going to deal with these people. And so they got a plan. They come in and boom. And so they're called the black-headed people. I don't even know black-haired or whatever that means.
Okay.
Because they would not have been sub-Saharan African. Not have been the skin color.
Yeah.
But whatever. So that's what they're called.
Mm. Who is there any specific group of people that's their heritage? Like we came from the Sumerian blackheads or whatever?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's so early. I don't know if that's it's like a legendary kind of group or race.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone just got all in together. And that reminds me of so I did an original, one of my early recordings I did like a year and a half ago. I call it plump genitals because I'm talking about we could have had utopia. We could have, because the Sumerian pre-civilization world is just beautiful, right? Rivers everywhere. You understand Euphrates, Tigris, Euphrates?
I mean, I probably not as well as you do, but like I
Okay,
somewhat,
so the Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers, it's just basically it's like a big flat plain where all this water's flowing down from the mountains, and it's just flowing everywhere. So there's rivers all over the place.
right.
I mean, everything's fertilized, trees and every kind of plants. It's like 13 types of fruits and things, dates, and you can just pick off of trees. So you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
All you're doing is you're getting plump fruit, and then there's plump human genitals. I'm sorry to be blunt, but that's how homos are. We're genital obsessed, in the sociological discussion of the homo. I'm sure
it
you
sounds like
married to an anthropologist.
Yeah,
You probably have talked about
we never talked about plump
genitals and homogenitals.
not plump ones in particular, but certainly
Genital focus.
not so much really. But no, that's interesting. Oh, you touched on something there I was curious about, and now I've lost it. Damn it.
Genitals.
Yeah, I mean, you just distracted me too much with that. Oh shit.
And I'm not a genital man. I am genital positive. Although when I was you remember? When I was 5 years old. Do you know what city in Louisiana I grew up in? That's like a country kind of at 50,000 people. It's kind of
No.
Bigger than your teeny tiny town.
Yeah, like I'm 20 something hundred. Yeah.
I know, it's so crazy, but yeah, I was in the newspaper, the Town Talk, when I got born.
Yeah. So yeah, small enough you still had individual things.
Yeah, because we were the elites of that 50,000 community, I guess. Like, what? I don't know. Mom has clippings of her. She was a Girl Scout troop leader. Like, oh, here's her doing the thing, like in the newspaper. Like, what? It's a small town.
Yeah.
But what the hell was I saying? Oh, Randy Bohannon. We go tear it up, and we did something related to whatever the hell we were talking about. Genitals.
Yeah. Well, I did think of what I was trying to think of a while ago when you were talking about the like all the rivers and the beauty of it, or whatever. Just made me think, and you're talking about plumpness of fruit and just it sounds like Garden of Eden. It made me just
right. Well, that's
that's
where the story comes from.
Yeah. Is yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the Garden of Eden.
Okay.
That is literally it, and that's why it's like, oh, it is kind of historical in a way because they're referencing these things. Here's another observation I've made is like these early civilizations, Greek and whatnot, have these a temple, right? They'll have a temple, and then there's guys that go to that temple and they raise their children through this. Like their children get their careers through this small organization, right? And one over here and one over here. And it's like, why isn't there a big one? It's because I wonder if they're replicating the band societies we came from. We're just not comfortable with these large crowds of hundreds and hundreds.
Right.
We want a manageable amount of relationships. We can know what's going on. We know people. And so there's just a small amount. And so that's those temple communities or whatever you call them, because they would, your job, I explained that, right? Kind of your job you're apprenticing through this process.
Yeah, I never thought about that as like almost like small churches, or because that's one thing that always surprised me is like it was in a small, like I think it was like 50 churches and like 2,500 population hometown, and like why do we need so many churches? But like well maybe that actually is part of it, right? It's like we're trying to keep a manageable amount of people within our band, so we have our band, and that's kind of how we
right.
Keep
that's
sanity.
Why it's a church instead of. But some people like those big mega churches.
Sure.
Then how long do they stay there? Yeah, I would say the science is going to be on this smaller community.
Yeah.
But the band society looks to be like a dozen nuclear families, because if it's like 50 to 80 people, that means 48 sustainable, 2 kids. That means we're talking about a dozen nuclear families. So that means like about 11 or a dozen.
Weren't there more like children per family though back in the day?
Well, they'd have to be to survive.
Yeah.
But if it's keeping pace, you're generally not exploding population wise.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Probably quite a few die in childbirth and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what the major cause of death, like before civilization, was? What do people die of?
Teeth?
Yes, perfect.
I only knew that from Hitchens, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. What a horrifying death! It's what a like a nightmarish view of the world. You know, like if people are mostly going out, you love these people, you don't want to die, and then you can't carry them anymore at some point or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they're just they're in pain, they're in agony.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the specifics of it. Like I've heard of the teeth, but like, what was the mechanism for that? Was it like they got what? Like what happened?
Like what was the actual disease or what went wrong?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, just rotting teeth.
Just rotting.
You know, you get food gets stuck in there, I guess, mm-hmm. and then it rots like a rotten tooth, and mm-hmm. then it just.
Oh, okay. So like toothache, like, and then like
whatever,
so, sometimes
so I just went to the dentist, right?
Yeah,
and that's what I was getting at. It's all Mexicans. I was like, because Mexico's like that's where we need to be medically. I would say my goal, Mexico, not like East Asia or something. Singapore, I feel like, ooh,
no,
way too much scrubbing of devices. I want, you got to clean things, sterilize, but like, let's just.
Oh man, have you been to a hospital in Mexico?
That's what I mean. It's sterilized, right?
Oh God, well, not the one I went to.
Oh no, it's not.
I went down there. Granted, this was like on the border.
That's Mexico, though. You're not thinking of Mexican people. See, which is American.
Oh, okay, of course. Yes. Okay,
but meanwhile. Yeah, actually, I didn't think of Mexico hospital. I think I would be happy with a Mexican hospital, but you said no. Was it a hospital or like a little shack?
Man, all I remember is we went in there and a friend was trying to buy drugs, and like we ended up going to different hospitals.
So and at least said drug dealer.
Right. So we got a. It's funny. So he got a prescription from this doctor who like. They wouldn't give us the thing because I don't know for whatever reason. So he was going back to that doctor to like say, "Hey, I want my money back because the prescription wouldn't work." So anyway, we wander into this hotel and people are just like lining the hallway with different maladies, and like and so the people are sitting there terribly sick and like hurt or whatever, like doors are open and someone's got like a swollen thumb with like pus like oozing out of it, and you're just like walking by and the door and it's not air conditioned like you would expect, so it's just kind of warm, and it was not safe. I would like it. I felt like I was contracting like 10 things just walking in that area.
Because they're a people. They're more of a people in Mexico, probably.
Yeah. And there was no security. There was no it was just it's just kind of chaos.
Really. It really is a thing. Like if you're more genetically associated with the people, you don't need to have protection barriers as much because the things that you're dealing with are what they're dealing with, and so you're allergic and offended by and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I loathe our medical system, but that was scary to me. I'd have a hard time just being like, no, I'll go do that instead.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they're not all like that, probably, but the one I wandered into was something.
Yeah. No, I mean, you just got to make things sterilized, to a certain degree. Yeah. I want to show you this t-shirt I'm wearing. Kill them all. Let God sort them out. Very appropriate for Iran war.
Yeah. Where did you get that?
Why are we calling it the Israel war? Israeli war. Israeli war number 52. I'm sorry. It's not on this podcast. It's not the Israeli war. Half and half.
It's definitely. I don't know. I feel like what did we didn't Trump just say like we're prohibiting them from attacking Hezbollah anymore?
There's 1,000 grab bag excuses. Yeah,
I'm just saying he's trying to
all kinds of future thought crimes they did not commit. I mean, what about the terrorism of 2085? Where they just killed everybody in the world.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I think Trump may be getting he's probably getting a little irritated that people are saying that, and so he's trying to reassert himself. Like,
oh god, so Trump has had like meltdown scenarios, right? Have you known about this?
Like, oh, wait, what are you talking about?
Okay, so in the right wing world, he has alienated all these right wing influencers. Oh, sure. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you know about the tweet?
Which tweet?
Alex Jones and Candace Owens, obviously.
Yeah, I knew about
which is not really much of a sacrifice, but
yeah.
I can't remember who else, but
Theo Vaughn, maybe.
Yeah, it was people like I don't know. I think he was in that. No, he would not have done that to Theo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know which one you're talking about.
They were dispensable characters.
It was what's his name?
He trashed
the Fox News guy that
Megyn Kelly was one of them.
Yeah, and then the other guy, Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson, that's right.
Yeah.
trash them as a loser, idiot, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
Low IQ.
but in a way, you know, is that understood to be he's trashing them in a way that doesn't matter, right? So if you are a Trump person who's involved in the Trump world, you know how he thinks, and you don't find that insulting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really think he's really insulting these people.
Yeah.
I think he's just offended, or he's just making some sort of chess move. You know,
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. So that's how he could do that, right? And you know, the more I think about it, it's like, you know what? I probably still have to vote a Republican. I can't punish these people. I mean, I love Thomas Massey to the end of the earth, and he's hated Thomas Massey. Do you know that, right?
It doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
No, you don't know. Then he has run the guy against Thomas Massey. He ran an opponent and put millions in, and ran a campaign of everything, and all the cat turd psychopaths that are Trump, you know, aficionados forever.
Yeah.
You know, Trump tard to the positive Trump aspect. They just totally bought into it. I mean, they totally, you know, dug into him and all that. It's like, So it's kind of a relief, though, you know, when you see that it's not going to be just like a right-wing fascism that takes over, you know?
Which
I mean, obviously to you, that's much more relief to an average person. But to a person concerned about the left-wing fascism taking over, I was much happier with right-wing fascism. And so it's good that it's not going to be anything coherent and successful.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Trump has somehow managed to stitch together this group that is not coherent at all. So
right. He alienated all the coalition he built. It's awesome, especially with the war thing. That whole thing was, but that's not a surprise to anyone. It's a betrayal, but did he put Dave Smith in that? I don't think he did.
I don't recall that.
Yeah. But Alex Jones was helping him up until a certain point. Was supportive of him, even to the point where it was absurd. Everyone was like, "Alex, why are you still supporting him? Like, he's not on board with any of the things you're supposed to be about.
Right?
What are you doing?"
No, it's funny. It was funny how people will like this is the thing that those step across the line. You know, it wasn't Venezuela. Like, well, why is it? Why wasn't Venezuela the kind of the same thing? You know, because it's like, you know, foreign wars kind of, you know, if you're, I don't want to say they're anti-war, but they certainly didn't seem like, it seemed a lot of what they talked about was like, you know, like doing things that, you know, just anyway.
But they upped it a notch.
For sure. Yeah, no, this is different. It's different in kind. Yeah. You've got some paperwork you want to go through. Do we need to?
Yeah. Also, this is when I was wearing this. It was 2010 when I realized the left was out of control.
Okay.
It was 2010. I'm wearing this shirt, and this is how another person, because I'm essentially on the left. I'm from Austin, Texas. Nothing I should be trusted. Nothing I say should be trusted. I'm a left-wing fascist. I don't realize it. Really, that's how it is. No, socialism is good, guys. Let me explain why. I mean, I can tell you why it's good. But so go to a garage sale. This guy doesn't know me, right? I didn't apply for the garage sale, member. And so I show up. I'm talking to him for 30 seconds, or not even that. I go walk up to him, and he's like, "Oh, cool shirt," and he starts I'm telling you, within 30 seconds of us talking, because I actually should know what happened. What exchange of words allowed him to just go, "Okay, I can open up with this guy." He's like, "I've been having uncontrollable thoughts of killing Rush Limbaugh. I can't stop thinking about it. I just want to kill him.
Oh my God.
I want to kill him all the time." I'm like, "Oh, what is going on, dude? I'm at a garage sale. How much did you say this was?" And so I talked him down or whatever, because I'm a behavior teacher, and that was what I was doing at the time even. And so I'm skilled at that, but that was fascinating. That's when I knew, wow, we skipped a notch, because I remember in the 90s people telling me, "No, you can't say the N word, you can't pronounce it."
Mm-hmm.
They were saying you can't reference the word itself. This is 93.
You can't say that there is a word that starts with an N or something like. What is it?
No, you can't pronounce the word in reference to itself.
Okay.
Got
it. Yeah.
Which we should see as different than saying it, or use. So it should be saying it is saying
Yes,
it, pronouncing it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
using it is to apply it to mean something.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, the great irony is that left-wing people are applying that word to mean black people. So you guys are saying black people are N-words, and it's just bizarre that that's something we all have got to face. The Democrats want us to make sure we know that black words, the black words, N-words are black people. Which I would say it could be anything. You know what I mean? Oh, which brings us to another topic. Oh, you wanted to get to something else.
Oh no, I just knew you had like a stack of things, so I didn't want to.
Let's go to this stack of things, stack of images on a screen where you're now using the full Stream Deck potential of OBS, which is amazing. We were just talking about what? The slaves or black?
Yeah, something.
N-word meaning. What does it mean? The reality of semantics. What does any word mean? So we might want to go back to this because I wanted to show you this meme here that I made myself.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can make your own meme. I don't think that works.
Well, you can't make your own meme.
No, I guess you can. But like for it to actually be a meme, doesn't have to have already have been like kind of.
Oh well, yeah. What is a meme? That's why we need to have a bore of memes to determine what a meme is, because that's a very important thing. Because it's Dawkins that created the term.
Right.
Does he even have any say over it? No, I'd say no.
Yeah. No.
Just some homo in the past said something. That means nothing. Mm-hmm. Means as much as it's going to mean. The Octar test you can't delete. But the idea is, so what I'm saying is this thing here, which is the reality of semantics. And I've just had a revelation. I used to have this 13 words. Now I've reduced it to 11. Mm. Words mean only what their users thought they meant when used.
Yeah. Did you used to say like when they used it?
When they used them. I'm like, why would I even? And I was trying to reduce it. And that's how stupid I am. You know, that's a proof.
I mean, brevity is like super important. So yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is brevity to 11 words, and then you expand that, right? So what do people need? What narratives do they need? Because people can't handle like 4 = 2. You know, and your whole program is 4 = 2. Why don't you get it? 4 = 2. And you know, you're like, no, you understand. You see the problem? You're at 4 = 2. And obviously, there's some more fleshing out. And I understand. So that's what I mean. Like these 11 words might be confusing to people. But where are you with this?
I'm uncomfortable with the idea that it's so malleable, but I don't think it's wrong. I don't see that and say like, oh, that's wrong. Because I mean, it certainly matters what a person thinks they are saying.
Matters. Right. But what it means. What do they mean? What a person communicates is not determined by that person. It's determined by Dubs, you see. Dubs has got it all figured out. He's going to figure out what you really meant. So that's what I mean. Like, so when we say some meaning is what that person meant, you know, right?
I mean, it's what that certainly is what they meant. Is what they meant. It's like, I mean, obviously
meaning, but meaning is meant, right? Meaning is meant. See, that's my movement. You don't understand words. Meaning is meant. Get you figured out. That says it all. But yeah, meaning is meant. So how is it that you're saying we communicate, but the meaning is determined by someone else? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not saying that it is necessarily, but it's like communication is like a two-way street, right? Like you're trying to convey something, I'm trying to understand what you're saying, and
wow, I think that's where we're wrong.
Okay,
communication is a two-way street. The street that we communicate on is 2 ways, but communication happens one at a time.
Generally, yeah. I mean, there's a little more than
eternally
than that involved. Like, right? Because like when you're communicating with me, I'm seeing you. I have your attention because I see your eyes. And like, anyway, there's 2 things happening here, but that's not. I think you're still right about.
There's 2 things happen. There's thousands, millions, and billions, and things have happened.
Yeah, but it's a 2-way street.
But the communication part, you're saying we're waiting for the reception of that. So you're issuing meaning, and you're waiting for, beep, I got the message.
Right.
Right. Okay. So that is not the same as I determine the meaning. Right. Although you're saying, oh, inevitably the person has to determine the meaning for the message to get across.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's not like where does the meaning come from? The receiver is not the person you're looking at.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at this guy's eyes. Well, his pupils are dilating. Let's find out what the meaning of the word. You see what I mean? Like, this guy's saying these words. Let's ask this guy what he means by that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say that the person that originates the thought like owns what they meant by it, and probably ought to be the meaning that was interpreted. But I think it's often the case where if you say something poorly and someone misinterprets it, then they would say you screwed up, the speaker, not the listener. Is if I said something poorly. So even though I had something I meant to say, maybe I didn't describe it well. I told you that.
Yeah, I mean, assessment of blame and communication. No, communication is, so on that issue is a totally different issue. If I fail to communicate to you, that is a failure on your part 100%. So everyone needs to understand that.
Okay.
If there's a sign and it's written and that you didn't understand what that sign meant, or you misunderstood, it is your fault 100% from your perspective. From their perspective, it's 100% of their fault. Each person is required 100% to communicate. I mean, it's a failure regardless of how you look at it. There's no candy coating it. Like if I fail to communicate with you, that's a failure on your part too. You know what I mean? That's the reality that we need to accept there.
I see. But
you're still accepting it.
I'm of two minds about that because I think about one can poorly communicate, and I think that's on the speaker, not on the receiver. Like if I tell you, take a left up here by the gray dog.
What I'm saying is you don't even think about it that way. That's not a problem-solving approach. That's unhealthy approach. I mean, so yeah, you're saying reality is no, they're responsible too. But I'm saying that is so unhealthy to even think about that. You don't even address it and just accept responsibility for yourself and say, what can you do? Like if you need to recognize, because that's the only way you can improve. So you recognize, okay, when people are talking, I need to try to elicit what they're saying.
Sure.
Yeah. And so there you go. So if people did that then they would understand the meaning of words because they go, oh, wow, it actually takes work to figure out what people are saying. It's usually with boyfriends, girlfriends, right? Like, because they're not really telling them everything.
Sure.
You kind of have to pull it out of them. I mean, it goes both ways, right? I imagine.
Yeah.
For that.
What? Yeah. I was just thinking of a TED Talk I watched where I guess the person was going through some of this, talking about sort of the ways we do that, where often you will say, okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Let me rephrase it in my own words to demonstrate that I actually understood what you said. Kind of like having that whole flow of like.
Yes. Okay. And that's called checking for understanding. So teachers, you're familiar with special ed at all? No. ARD meetings? Okay, anyway, every kid in the United States, because of IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, has special education services where they have a meeting. And it's an IEP meeting. In Texas, it's called ARDS, which is ironic because TARD is literally an abbreviation, a transfer ARD. It's like literally, there's a meeting abbreviated TARD. No one calls it that. You don't I'm inviting your daughter to the TARD, right? But what are the chances of that? Like, were they joking? When they created, I don't even know. Anyway, so why Texas is different on that, I don't know. But they, okay, and now I don't even know where we're going with this. We're talking about TARDs. We'd like TARDs.
Yeah, the
ARD meetings, IEP meetings are specialized. They get something special. They're treated special ways, and there's some reason why they're special. We're talking about how they're special.
We were talking about the communication thing, right? Like there's this formal thing.
Checking for understanding. Yeah. Okay, so you'll get an IEP, and it's got all these things like give them a candy bar every 45 minutes. That might be something in there. Rarely, but it could be, right? Because anything goes with this. This is the whole thing. Like this is how they get $1 million budgets, maybe $100,000 budgets on one single child, right? They go, he needs this because he's autistic in this way and that. So you have a kid that just doesn't function, and they have like a room just for him of just interactive, devices and stuff.
Yep.
Because it's based on need, like you feel with the family instead of individuals.
Right.
In other words, what I'm saying is, okay, well, yeah, we'll take this budget of $15,000. I think that's what it is for each kid, and we'll spend it this way because this is how he learns. See, that's how that socialism can work. Good socialism. Listen to me. I'm a right-wing guy from Austin, Texas that's talking about socialism in a good way. Totally trustable. No, guys, come on, man. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get you have essays of things to talk about.
Yeah, I was just checking to see, like, because we've hit some of them just indirectly
Okay,
as we've
perfect.
been going through, which is good.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if there's anything though that I wanted to catch on. I mean, was there anything related to the Artemis stuff? Did you care about that at all? Anything?
Oh, you know what I immediately thought of was when the female feminist flight. Remember, where Katy Perry went up with all the female astronauts? They're like astronauts now because they went
Oh yeah,
orbited the Earth. Do you remember that?
I didn't pay
It was
attention.
Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember happening.
So that's how into that. I mean, I'm thinking of not even that flight.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I think I don't know. Are you big into space? Like I'm like a hobby. I'm not super into it. I mean, I really like it. I just don't do the work to keep up with it. But I really like that kind of stuff. So I love that we're going back out there talking about moon bases, and it seems like our NASA administrators actually kind of got some, like, he seems to be doing a decent job.
Yeah, Trump's probably really gung ho for moon type stuff.
I think he is. Yeah.
You know, trophy level. Crap,
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's brilliant. You know, that should be. But I'm saying it should be that we choose to do that. Like, in other words, you might say your whole budget that you give in your taxes will be 100% for space programs.
Right.
And that should be fine because it works out with the whole society. You know, not everyone's going to want space programs. And if last year was everyone said space programs and no one said food, you know, for hungry people or whatever, you know, so everyone would change their mind.
But what if I give all my money to space, but then I still want to use the roads? Like, how does that work out?
However we want to do it. Currently, we do it like everybody gets to use the roads for free.
Mm.
And that's what I'd say. I would say always allow any homo to be able to use it without any ID or anything. Infrastructure like that, you want that.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Mondami trying to do like the free buses in New York?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Mamdani. Yeah. No, obviously not. But let's see. Of him doing free buses. Well, okay, so that is a concept that how it should be. Yeah, I could see that as a look. Let me tell you something. As a bus rider, homeless people don't necessarily have to pay. Okay, they just filth up the bus, and that's just what they do. So, who are we charging to do what, and what's going on? Like, if we're going to pay for the buses, let's just do that. The minimum amount of money you're making from the bus tickets, is really not.
Though when they would charge for the express buses and like an upcharge, and you actually had to pay those, like, I thought that was fantastic because I would do those, and then like the free riders.
That makes sense. Wow, yeah.
Like I wanted the elite version of that just because it was just I don't know.
Yeah, and on that note, we live in Austin, Texas, with the worst mass transit system of any major city, right?
I mean, I don't know. It's certainly bad, but I don't know who else compares.
Well, what's this train crap? What's this rail?
Yeah, I mean, it's up north. I don't know. They're actually supposed to be bringing it down south, though. I think as of 20 million.
So yeah, there's one rail that goes to 3 spots in town.
Yeah.
What? So if you live along one of these spots, I mean, how you live and only need to go to one of those other spots on this rail? So I'm just saying that ain't functional yet. It's not even on the radar yet of an actual system of anything. And buses, you might as well do it if you're going to do that. And why don't, I don't know about like all the handicap things because the buses are just so difficult to build now. They're so expensive. And then the homeless guys are just getting their carts being brought up from the handicap rack. You know how that works, right?
I've seen it, but I hadn't seen anyone actually do it with a cart.
Yeah. They'll bring like a grocery cart size thing on the bus.
No.
Yes. And when it's cold, it was super cold one night, and like they were out just camping out on the bus. And then I was like, why am I not interviewing people on a bus? The bus bore, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And the first person I really wanted to interview on this bus bore thing, because the place to do it is at 4th and. Are you familiar with 4th and Quad? I mean, not Quad. Like Quad. Like 4th and Quad, the bus area there. It's like a big bus stop.
I think I.
There's a big bus exchange.
Yes.
So a lot of people waiting.
Yeah.
So tons of people waiting, and they all know each other. It's like super shady people as well. All that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see a topless woman walking a dog, and I just want to point out, look for the opportunities, because what I was doing was, I'm a tourist. I'm looking at everything for 3 seconds, but maintaining the respectful rule of 3 seconds. What's the max that you should?
Oh, I was thinking maybe like 5, but
5 seconds is a long time.
I'm probably not being respectful.
I did not notice the dog had 3 legs.
Ah,
I could be staring all day long. It's a 3-legged dog. Oh my God. I was like, what a miracle. I didn't even notice that.
yeah. Who would have thought?
Like it's a dog, lady. What do you mean? Okay, so meanwhile, that's just a little helpful hint from. Where are we with anything?
I don't know. I thought you had like a whole box of
I
things.
got millions of things. Okay, first of all, the show and tell. Okay, let's get that over with. And so I don't know what you brought me, but I brought you
what?
a gift from me to you. It's a jacket.
Okay.
Specially made just for you. Size. I had it tailored, and secretly I've been recording where you are.
Oh, that's a little creepy. But
Or in reality, it has nothing to do with you.
You want me to open it?
You can open it and throw it away.
Okay. Wait.
Totally good jacket from my brother, who has lots of money. It's fine. So comes from a good home. It's respectable. I'm sure
Okay.
some amount of money was spent on it.
Nice. Yeah. That looks.
Does it have a name brand?
Let's see. It's Jacques.
Jacques. Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
It's New York. Let's see.
So you would actually not throw this away?
I mean, potentially. I kind of like the corduroy-esque kind of look, and looks warm.
Okay, because good. I mean, I'm moving out in 4 months, 3 months.
And so you're downsizing now.
Oh boy, am I! I mean, I'm making decisions.
I just wonder if it'll fit.
But it's so crazy. I have all these boxes and containers. I have just 20 cubic feet of containers of empty black bags. Do you remember my addiction to buying black bags?
No, I don't recall that.
Just little black bags of zippers and things. And it's crazy. But I mean, no, it's not crazy. It makes sense. Okay, so we're going. Council of Beaus. Do you know that I consider myself? I'm dying each day. Each time we die.
Mm-hmm.
Each time it's a new person each day, right? It's a new consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I came up with this thing, the Council of Beaus. I'm like, well, okay, actually. So I was like, okay, we're going to change it to unrealitarian. I mean, when are we going to do this? Now I've realized, now 3 Beaus, because 3 separate days, I've decided this is what we need to do.
Okay, yeah, I got consensus.
Council of Beaus.
There you go.
We got 3 Beaus on board. So it's kind of do a council of yous to deal with well, hold on, it's 35 me's have said we should quit smoking cigarettes. So
right,
this is pretty unanimous at this point.
I like that. I like that.
Do you know that a bit of the day, so the amount of time to hang out with, what do you think I think is the ideal, I already gave it away, the ideal amount of time to hang out?
So with one person, one individual
interaction? That's a good point. In general, I guess.
Okay, all the socialization in the day.
No, I'm so sorry. You're right. With one thing.
One thing.
You go to an event, you go to hang out with a person. You're right. I got you.
So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably hour and a half.
Okay, 3 hours is what I'm thinking.
3 hours, okay.
A bit of the day. 1 bit, 1/8.
Okay.
And that's all. I just want to throw that out there. So let's try that out. So the way we could do that is by naming it where it's in our brain. So let's start imagining what is the ideal amount of time to spend time with people, and maybe it's an hour and a half. An hour and a half is where you start to lose focus. That's what they tell teachers. You cannot even, no matter what. Einstein children cannot even focus after 90 minutes on the same thing. You got to give them a break.
Yeah.
So it might be that you do 90 minutes and that's it, or you do a break and
they come back.
Siesta between the people.
Yeah. Okay.
So capitalism is the downside of the free market is how I'm going to start viewing that. I've never understood how to use capitalism. I don't understand what that is. It's a Marxist term, so I don't use it. But I'm going to start using it in a negative way.
Okay.
Racism is just always negative.
Okay.
And so capitalism is just the downside of free market. Yeah, capitalism's terrible. But thank God we have free market, to make up for it.
Right.
Thank God for the free market to.
Yeah, I like that. You're isolating the negative.
Yeah, you're dismissing that argument. Oh, you're right.
That's bad.
It's like climate change. You're right. That climate change is bad, but then that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so so capitalism downside of the. Okay, so the rules of sharing, we did talk about this. Give directly to the people, individualization, not privatization. So you'll have people that are libertarian that are for privatization.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, I've always had maybe, but
I mean, that seems like the premise of libertarianism, right? Like private
But
property.
these are group-owned things. What do you mean privatization? You're going to have the private thing owned, the group-owned thing is private?
Well, like, what's a group owned thing? What are you talking about? Like a piece of land? Oh,
Well, okay, so so it's a, oh, what does this do? That's about it. But I'm sure we're still live mic-wise.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Was that 90 minutes? Maybe that was.
Oh, right. Was that the gods have spoken again?
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
It's not 90 minutes.
It wasn't 90 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is amazing. So privatization, though. Oh, so like when they talk about like a garbage collection, we're going to pay a private company to do that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then the private company gets the money. You know what I mean? It's just like that's the opportunity for the corruption. You know what I mean?
I mean, but like often that is less corrupt, right? If you like bid a contract, it's not necessarily like your uncle that is the one that's got the.
Sure, less corrupt. Okay, yeah, of course. In fact, that's the game that that's being played on us. If you're ever like, oh, this is less evil, than this other way of doing it. Like that's. Wait a minute. How did I end up here? How did I end up in this evil zone? This really dark evil zone?
Well, no, I mean that's what they say. Like democracy is the worst form of government except for all the others, kind of thing.
Yeah, except for 1-to-1.
But that's not a form of government, right?
It's a form of speaking.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. It's bypassing government. This 11 words again. Wait, do you know the 11 words of 1-to-1 representation?
You have to remind me.
Periodically, each member may
select one person.
Choose.
Yeah. One person to represent them, something like that.
Yeah. May transfer. I'm sorry. Transfer their voting power to someone else.
Okay.
Because that's how I specified transfer because people we get so confused about electing and voting and how it doesn't mean anything. Like, no, you're transferring from you. Have we talked about what that transfer is? You're actually ejaculating from yourself?
No, we didn't talk about that.
I want to know, have you heard the term ejaculate used as in you speak, when you speak a term? When you speak a word, you are, have you heard like a, stop, he ejaculated?
I have not heard that.
Oh, so
because it's such a loaded term, right?
Yeah, now it is. But back in the day, 60s and before, this was like in old books that we saw. Right. I would read these old texts.
Okay.
Man,
I don't
look
recall
out, he ejaculated. And we were young kids, so we didn't really.
Now you're saying that maybe it did, but it just didn't resonate the same way when I was young. But like,
right. Yeah. When you're young, you're like ejaculated. What is it? Some kind of a medical thing?
Right.
Oh my god. Okay, so ejaculating. Where were we?
Well, my next topic was Pope Leo and Trump kind of hashing it out online. Like, how do you feel about our president and the Pope kind of having this little?
I have no idea about that at all.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So what is he saying?
So I think it's because the way it really kind of spun out of control was that the Pope had this kind of radical left view, as Trump put it, kind of being not pro-war kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And I think part of it was, at least according to Pope Leo, that he said some things that weren't necessarily intended to be about Trump, but that were interpreted as such because Trump had tapped him online. And so when he was giving another speech and he's talking about the misuse of power, blah blah blah, just like some things he said that could have been interpreted that way. But apparently the speech had been written 2 weeks before. But anyway, now they're just having this back and forth, and Trump's like saying he's this radical leftist and just being Trump.
Yeah, going off being Trump,
but attacking the Pope, and so and then I guess
his angle is like, you're gonna want me to be praising you, what's he threatening there?
I mean, I think he's well. Like part of it was I don't know if you heard about this like image like he posted of him like
Jesus.
yeah,
Yes, that's
okay,
phenomenal. I wanted to make sure we mentioned that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Because it's crazy. His response, of course, his defense of it. Remember?
oh yeah. I thought it was a doctor or whatever, right? So, but so like I heard someone kind of say like, well, this is what Trump's way of saying, hey, you know what? I am somewhat a deified entity as well. You may have your following, but I have my
Oh yeah,
following,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like he's just kind of I don't want to say one upping, but
Oh,
like
because it was in the midst of that.
right.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, that was someone's interpretation. I was like, oh, maybe that's the case. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then the gaslighting of only the Democrats would put that together. That looks like Jesus.
Right.
Like when it's like this, dude. Everybody sees Jesus like first off, so everyone knows you're full of shit. It's just amazing the audacity of it. But that's kind of the yes man approach.
Yeah.
That's what happens to yes man.
Well, what I think is funny is I think there's a chance Trump didn't actually recognize that that's the way it would come across because I think he's just so non-religious that it wouldn't have resonated with him like it would a lot of other folks. Maybe he did, but like I think I'm like 50-50. I think it could go either way.
And he could be getting old and not recognizing things and doing things quickly and yeah. And so I understand that as well because when you look at it again, you're like, oh, it's not exactly Jesus,
right?
Because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But when I looked at it again, I was like, oh, I guess you could argue that it's a duck, but that's about all you can do. No one's going to think that you've really. I mean, that's actually a failure for you to not recognize that looks like Jesus,
right? Yeah,
that's a failure on his part.
Which is like part of the whole thing is right. He's just unfiltered access to this man's mind is just not healthy. But
it's healthy. See that this is a clear mind. He doesn't have a lot going on. It's just real straightforward. Israel said to go to war. I go to war. What's the confusion here? I got a religious following. The Pope's got one. I can be Jesus as much as you, motherfucker. That's so straightforward. See, that's another thing. It's like the arguments are always like trying to turn that into something else. But there's a benefit to how we all can see exactly where this guy is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think to a degree. I don't know.
You didn't see the war with Iran.
I didn't see it. What do you mean?
You were saying I was surprised that he went to war.
Oh yeah, I was. I didn't think that was. I thought like even though like in retrospect people said no, he's talking about Iran like back in the 80s, like we should take their oil or whatever, kind of thing. Like apparently he's been saying some fairly not quite war hawk kind of thing, but certainly more aggressive than he said in general. And so, but I didn't know about all that. And I just thought all his other rhetoric seemed to be like, I'm not going to be the one getting into foreign wars kind of person.
But if you ask me at any point, well, after the first term, look, he was very pro-Israel. He's the first president to recognize Israel, right?
Yeah, Abraham Accords and all. Yeah, he's definitely been pro-Israel. But so is Biden.
Sure. Yeah, in fact, I would have definitely said Biden too. I feel like
even though he and Bibi weren't getting along there, but I think in general, Biden was fairly pro-Israel.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that shows you the control is when anti-Israeli statements were outlawed or whatever. Remember across the campuses and things like that? They were cracking down on people speaking out against Israel.
I don't remember them cracking down them. I remember there being like some uproar about what people are saying because some of them were like rivers of the sea kind of stuff and like some of the interpretations of what it meant.
Yeah, they were like, cracking down on that.
Yeah.
And then so any excuse they had, they would grab, of course. But that's not free speech. That's not a free speech direction. And no one would expect that from Trump. But that's what I mean. Like, so that shows you Israel was like saying, like, why did they do that? That was kind of overboard. You didn't need to do that. That's kind of showing your cards that you have that much power. But so do you recognize that Israel made a decision for us to have our policy to make it outlawed for people in the United States university systems to speak against Israel, right?
I mean, it certainly isn't it's like, no, it's not. That's not the case. Certainly.
Okay, but whatever the case was, whatever they did.
Well, I think they basically just were calling out, like people are saying stuff and they may not know what it means. But I think it's the same way, like when people said blood and soil at like the Charlotte's things or whatever. I think there were probably people that were saying that didn't really know what it meant or didn't like have
So
the same
you
interpretation.
would say Israel, of course, is for that, but it doesn't necessarily cause that to happen.
Well, I just think some people were saying stuff that they didn't realize the way it was meant, right? Like, or what did they say? Was it the resuscitate the Intifada or whatever? Or anyway, basically, like, it's not like quite a pogrom or whatever, but it's certainly a very the terminology is reminiscent of
Yeah, the left-wing fascists were going crazy with the anti-Jews stuff all over the place. Yeah, they were going smashing things up, hurting Jews. I mean, attacking physical, actual human Jews.
Right.
But
you're saying that they effectively got that banned. That Israel got that banned somehow.
Not the physical attacking people, but like just the saying things. They had specific language. I think there were laws or whatever passed.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
I mean, whatever it was some kind of enactment of some kind of engagement of the bureaucracy to crack down on people who were, specifically anti-Semitic when it was.
You might have to, you have to send me some of that stuff because I didn't run across.
So this is where we can have contingent conversations. So if that happened, if there was some kind of legal change, did Israel ask for that?
Right.
It sounds like Israel's always asking for pro-Israel stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they certainly have their own groups that are lobbying for them, right?
Right. This is why I think everything should be above board. Like, there's nothing wrong with Israel saying we control all of your congressmen. I mean, that's how it is. So we are, in control of them, but we're not in control. We have as much control as anyone else has. It's like, this is where we are, and everything's above board. We're asking for this. We're always asking for things for Israel, and sometimes it's given to us, sometimes not. I mean, the different. Have you seen a chart of how much we've given to Israel compared to every other nation?
No.
Well, that's an interesting one. It's like one of those mind-boggling.
You're talking about
just the gazillions of dollars compared to everybody else. It doesn't. That's the kind of thing I would think immediately if we had a war, like that kind of stuff. It's just waste.
The only thing I'm aware of that we give them is just the military. And it's not that much, right? It's like a few $100 million. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's like, I don't know, I'd say it's like $600 million a year or something we give them for defense stuff. Is there more than that though? Like, what else are we paying for?
Oh, I don't know. But that's what I mean, contingent. Like, if we're paying $1 billion a year, is that too much? Or how much should we pay compared to everyone else? Or should we pay anyone in all these countries? What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
This should be a voluntary thing. Like, if you want your tax money to go to a foreign country, how about you check a box? There you go.
Right.
How many people really want that?
That sounds more like direct democracy, though. That sounds a little like scary.
That's direct taxation. I mean, you're talking about the people that are paying the taxes.
Right.
This is not just the average citizen.
Yeah.
This is the person supporting everything.
Right. That's where I feel like nobody's going to build roads with their money. They're going to do their own private whatever, right? Like, they're like, oh, well, I really want whatever free healthcare for me or whatever.
Yeah, at first. And then they realize, it's all going to, from that, you come those healthy things. Like we were talking about that, the trampled paths, so we find the healthy ways to have little HMOs, these health maintenance organizations that start sprouting up. Oh, this is how you do it. And so then that works. And then we start going, oh, well, let's just do it all like that. We, eventually one day work it out. That's how we get to utopia. So do you think we would ever achieve, like, what is a utopia to you, first of all?
Well, first I kind of see it as in like impossible, it's almost like,
right. Because that's technically what the word means.
Yeah. And so just trying to picture it, you think of like, okay, everyone's getting along. There's no conflict about anything.
I think you said the most pleasure, the least pain. Kind of thing.
Yeah. That would be, I think like that framing. Sure. Like, the most, let's see, what was like not wellness, but something like that, right? The most wellness for the most amount of people that we can have. Something like that.
But then it becomes difficult with
flourishing. That's what I was looking for. So.
Yeah, like how do you measure like absolute elation or whatever? But isn't freedom a part of that? Isn't that like really the bottom line? People choosing what they want to do.
I think so. Yeah, I think it has to be. It's an intrinsic part for sure.
Yeah, safeguards and all that for people jumping off cliffs or look at the warnings. But uh, the ultimate is that you can't really be happy if you're not choosing to do it because you need to know I chose this.
Right. I mean, I think that's true. I don't know. Some people would probably argue differently.
But we know as homos, we know if we were in a situation and we were forced to be in that situation, we would never know for real is this something we want or not.
Mm.
Right?
I don't know. I think it. Yeah, I think of places like China or maybe North Korea. Right. Like, how do those folks feel? Do they know that they are not getting to make choices? That the dear leader, is like is not actually a god or whatever. Like,
right. So they know they're. I think they're aware of that. They're aware they don't make choices. Right.
Right. They are aware of it. Yeah, but I don't know that they. Yeah. Do you think that's a thing? And I can't quite tell. Or some of them actually do seem genuinely happy with their kind of.
Oh, there's a lot going on that's
unfreedom.
happy to be happy about, right?
And I don't know. Yeah, it seems awful, but.
Oh yeah, I mean the nightmarish aspect, but that's what's so crazy is to think about like, well, what if you were raised in a scenario where this is how it is, like in North Korea? We wish every live stream should be dedicated to the people in North Korea suffering endlessly nonstop since we last talked.
Right,
24/7, every moment of the day. It's just a complete nightmare where they believe that Kim Jong Un doesn't poop. They believe he doesn't poop, right? Remember that?
There's so many crazy things.
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds plausible.
You believe anything? They're just mush-brained. Exactly. Is that even? Do they even feel anything?
Right.
Are they just mush-brained? Whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Or do they condition themselves because they know they can't not think that? So they've kind of cope. They've got the cope for. Hey, I have to believe this thing anyway, even though it doesn't make any sense. But I don't have a choice because I'll be in the labor camps if I fuck up.
Right. So I think our money is on people free to choose are better off than being in North Korea.
I think we maybe agree on that. Yeah.
But if freedom of choosing is the ultimate freedom, then there you go. And so once you have a stable society, people know, oh, you don't just go willy-nilly choosing to do anything. You don't jump off a cliff. You pay attention first and learn and do all these things and get certified, and then you jump off a cliff. There you go.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. I came up with a new concept. I don't know if I could describe it, but maybe we could talk about it next time. You might be familiar with the term for infant growth, mental growth.
1 sec.
Beep, 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 beep. What that's about? What if that was my mouse going out? That'd be fun. That would be great if this is this mouse. It can't be. Okay, so we're talking about the.
You said something about infant. What?
Infant psychological development. They have object permanence.
Okay, I've heard that term before.
Yeah, so that's when when they close their eyes, they don't know that you still exist.
Yeah.
When I close my eyes,
yeah,
the thing doesn't exist.
Right, the peekaboo thing.
Mom has disappeared entirely.
Right.
Mom doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of why they're crying at that point. Okay, so anyway, so that's that. So what about idea permanence?
Okay.
There are people, and I think most of us, we don't realize there are ideas out there that we don't understand. Because I have what I think is the answer to the universe. Well, 3 answers to the universe. Oh, by the way, let's drink to this. We have another answer to the universe.
Okay.
In the Beauverse. It's in the Unverse, I guess it would be. I'm upgrading the reality of semantics to an answer to the universe because it is absolutely so beneficial to humanity. I don't understand why I don't think of it that way. But anyway, we'll get you on board eventually because that's how your brain thinks. Okay, so by the way, your brain already thinks that way, the meaning of words. Did you understand that I've said that? Your brain understands what words mean. Your consciousness doesn't.
Possibly. I mean, I can see what you're saying. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because when I say, when like if we're talking, we're meeting some rival gang of people of other homos, and we don't know who's going to kill who, and I say something, you know what I mean by what I say. You know what I mean? There's no debate about semantics. I don't know how to tell you. I mean, it's like your brain picks up on it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's tough though. Like you'll hear a word like if I didn't know what guapo meant or whatever, I said that guy's guapo. Like it might be tough to say. Am I handsome or is he ugly? Like what are you trying to say? That kind of thing. I can see how the listener needs to know what something. They need to know the meaning of the word and the language that was spoken, or at least.
But you really understand it when you're talking about your own language and where it's something simple. Like here's the real test of that. It's if you see two people talking, and this is what they say. Good morning, Ted. How are you doing? Hey, Larry. I'm doing great. Is that definitively communication, or is it possibly not communication?
It feels like communication to me.
So it feels like it, but is it definitively, without a doubt, provably communication?
Yes. If I had to choose, I'd say yes. Am I wrong?
Sorry, but that is the wrong answer, and that's going to end our stream. But anyway, anywho. Oh, because it could be just random gibberish that could have been said by two crazy monkeys.
Yeah, but then the intent there was just to kind of have like a pleasant greeting. So it seems like that part of the communication was affected there.
Yeah, but it seems like it, but it's not definitively proof.
Okay.
And so the way to know that, so you have to understand that you don't know what those gibberish words mean. Nobody knows. So that's actually the one point of that, a way of seeing that. So nobody knows what any word means, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not even you, because you don't remember. You might be misremembering what you just said. You might say, no, I meant this when I said that, but you actually remembered it wrong.
Okay.
The actual meaning is what you mean when you said it, because you're communicating, putting meaning into words. You follow me?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah. And there might be some stress from being online. You can't, cooperate with things. But this has been a month. We've been working on this. So we need to make some progress. I need to get like worksheets or like a workbook.
Apparently, yeah. I need a study guide.
Homework. Okay, go and listen to your parents make sentences. Okay, so anywho, we are about to wrap it up. Is there anything you want to say in closing?
No, I think it covered all my topics. So
okay. Well, this has been fantastic. Again, I want to thank Dubs for making his way over here and helping me with it. Saved me yesterday with the whole setup thing because he learned that troubleshooting is the way to go.
Yeah.
But thank God Mythos is here to save us from that. We don't have to worry about troubleshooting. Mythos will just sweep in and troubleshoot for us.
Yep.
Everything's pre-troubleshot. So that's it.